Hello everybody, welcome back to another video. Today I'm ranking all the coasters at Cedar Point. Let's go. Starting off with number 18 is Wilderness Run. I haven't rode this, so I put this at 18. So number 17 is Woodstock Express. Haven't read this one either, so that's why I put it at 17. Alright, so number 16 is Cedar Creek Mine Ride. Cedar Creek Mine Ride is your typical mine ride coaster. It's not the best. It's definitely not the best ones I've ever been on. The only other one I've been on was the one at Kings Island. I can't really remember what that one's called though. Alright, so number 15 is Iron Dragon. This is definitely more of one of the most weaker suspended roller coasters. The other suspended roller coaster I've been on was the Bat at Kings Island. I would say that one's pretty fun, but that's gonna be in like its own video when I rank it. Alright, so number 14 is Corkscrew. You already know why I put this at number 14. It's not the best coaster at Cedar Point, although it is turning 50 this year. Let's go on to number 13, which is Wild Mouse. Wild Mouse is actually a pretty fun ride. This is actually the only model I've ridden of like a Wild Mouse coaster. It's a really fun ride, and it is so fun. It is definitely a good like family ride. So number 12 is Gemini. Gemini is more like a wooden roller coaster with steel track, just like Cedar Creek Mine Ride. So Gemini is a racing roller coaster. It is. I feel like they need like a way better racing coaster than just Gemini. Now Gemini is fun. It has painful airtime, which is gets you a whole lot of ejector, and it gives you a little of floater too. So number 11 is Blue Streak. I really like this ride. This is the best ride at. This is the best wooden roller coaster at Cedar Point. It is fully wooden. It is. I think that this needs to be retracked, like fully retracked. It is definitely a janky roller coaster, but it is a really fun ride. So number 10 is Rougarou. Rougarou is a really fun ride, but it is janky. So what you should do on this ride, you should at least have your head up against the seat. I feel like it helps you a little more. It doesn't have like all the head banging, but this is a really fun ride, especially that loop. So number 9 is Raptor. Raptor is a 1994 inverted roller coaster. It's one of the best ones out there, and it is really forceful. Those corkscrews are really whippy during the afternoon, and it's just a really fun ride. So number 8 is Magnum XO 200. Magnum is a really fun ride. It was my most ridden ride of this year. I mean last year. It is the airtime at the end is so forceful. You get a bunch of ejector. Like one time I was literally off my seat. It's that good. Alright, so number 7 is Valraven. I've heard a lot of things that this is one of the worst B&F dive coasters, and I really think that it might, because I'm pretty sure I might be going to Canada's Wonderland, and I might ride Yukon Striker. But I feel like Valraven is definitely more of those like bad coasters. It is definitely not that good. I would say that Illunium, whatever you call that first loop, is really slow, but it is a really fun ride. But you just don't get as much airtime as you really want to. But that last inversion of the ride, that feels like you're out of your seat. You get a little bit of hang time on it. So number 6 is Gatekeeper. A wing coaster, and it is definitely is definitely a really good wing coaster, but I would say Rapterra definitely beats it. But Gatekeeper has really good keyholes. You have a lot of head choppers and hand choppers with those keyholes. But the end is basically not that good. But it is a really fun ride. So number 5 is Millennium Force. This wasn't my favorite ride when I first went on it. It was definitely not like in my top 5. It was in like my top 10 like roller coasters of all time. I just thought it was just a terrible roller coaster. Sorry for those who really like Millennium, but it just did not think I just did not think it was a good roller coaster. But I think it's a fun coaster, but it's definitely not better than Sounds Curse, which is at number 4. So Sounds Curse is definitely a fun coaster. It is brand new for 2025, and it is definitely a fun ride. You get a lot of airtime, especially for that like tilt. You get a little bit of like hang time from like the drop in the back. And I got to ride this ride on opening day. It was really fun on opening day. It did close a bit of times, but I got to ride this 2 times, and it was not in the front, but it was close to the front. So number 3 is Maverick. Maverick is just a really good coaster. It was my first launch coaster that I've ridden. But Maverick is has a lot of airtime. You'll be waiting in the line for a while, but it's still a fun ride. So number 2 is Steel Vengeance. I want to ask you guys, if you've ridden Steel Vengeance and Falcon's Flight, which one is the better ride? Let me know in the comments below. Steel Vengeance has a whole lot of airtime. It is such a good ride, but it's definitely a lot of floater and hang time. It is a really fun ride. I can't really say anything else about it. But number 1 for me is Topo 2. Topo 2 opened again in 2025. It closed for a week in 2024, and then it closed for the entire year. But TT2, I got to ride this on opening day of last year, May 3rd. A perfect ride. The launch was fun. This opened at like maybe 4 or 5. It was such a good ride. I waited literally the entire time until park closed. 4 hours was what I waited. The first launch, you get launched at 75 miles per hour and going up the spike. Then you go backwards 101 miles per hour. This was the best part of the ride, going up that spike. It feels your stomach drops when you go up the spike. And then you go down the spike, you're at least maybe 300 something feet tall. If you look over, it feels like you're way higher than Millennium. And then you go down the launch 120 miles per hour up that 420 top hat. Then you go into the brakes, and then that's the ride. This was a really fun ride. This was like the best like first ride I ever had on a roller coaster. But it was such a fun ride. Make sure you subscribe for more content like this, and make sure you like too. I'll see you guys in the next video.